two, three, four. 400,000 subscribers. To everybody who has been here with this channel from the day one, and if you are just new, thank you very much from Eat Read Loving. I am very, very excited for all the new things that we are bringing up. So I will see you guys again. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep sharing. I'm just excited until we reach another 100,000 for 500,000, 500,000 soon. Bye, guys. Hi everyone, welcome to your monthly horoscope with Dr. Pai. Just to give you guys an idea on how we do the prediction. First things first, it's a general prediction. Your own dasha, Mahadasha, Antardasha has to be considered first before any kind of general prediction. So that's always the starting point. And then, of course, just also as transit, there are point systems. There's a lot of things, Ashtak Varga, that you have to look for and how transit can affect you. But this is a general prediction, so just, take it lightly. We try our best, as accurate as possible, where the planets are going to be affecting us on a general level. And also, we do practice Vedic sidereal Indian astrology, just to clear things. We do not practice tropic astrology. So without further ado, let's start your reading. All right, Aquarius, let's start your monthly horoscope with Dr. Pai. Here we go, Dr. Pai, let's start.
Namaste, everybody, and thank you, Sal, for having me to do these monthly horoscopes with you. We're doing Aquarius Ascendant and Moon for the month of March 2020. And Aquarians, Aquarius is all associated with the water flowing out of the pot. And this month, you have your seventh house lord, which is Sun in your ascendant, with Mercury, which is your fifth house lord, and eighth house lord, which is great period, especially when you want to look at doing some activities outside and also shining in those activities, because seventh house lord with the fifth house lord is doing those activities with your partner, with your businesses and some innovation in the businesses, because your Lord of the Ascendant, which is Saturn, has gone to the 12th house for you. So this is all about innovation. It's also about competition and competitiveness, because for all the Aquarians, I want to say, your competition is moving very, very, very fast. That's why Aquarians are associated with large organizations. You might be working for a lot of organization, but why? Because your competition is seen from Cancer, which is your sixth house lord, and Moon always is the fastest moving planet. So you see, why do you see that Aquarians or Aquarius becomes something that you are working for something larger than life, which is big organizations, big NGOs, big um, for a lot of, and then it's also about Aquarius being associated in Vedic astrology with Saturn and Rahu. So Rahu is that expansion that you want to see, and that hungriness, that passion that I want to make it really big. And let's see, and because Rahu co-rules Aquarius as astrology. Okay, and because you see that Saturn also rules the 12th house of a lot of efforts, and you get these gut feeling that I would be able to do this. Why? Because Mars is in the third house. Aries is the third house for you, and Mars in the third house generally, I'm not talking in general, that shows courage. Okay, so it's very good for Aquarians this month for you also to do some home improvements, or even moving from your home, because your fourth house lord is going to the third house. So you see that from the second house, your fourth house lord was in the second house, Venus, and now it's moving to the third house. So third house, when it is moving, I've seen that it can suggest that people who always wanted or waiting for their permit to get into some country, or they've been waiting for naturalization, or for their permanent residency, or something to do with their visa for short travel, you would get your visa, you would get your permits, you would get your contracts, going and signed. That's going to happen after the 10th, when Mercury goes, direct. Mercury is also your fifth house lord, and Mercury is ruling the fifth house, is dual sign of Gemini for Aquarians. So something about duality is always going to play in your life, and Mercury is the lord which is showing duality. So somewhere I think you will be showing duality even in your relationships. You might be liking two people at the same time. You want to make a choice, but it's very difficult for you to make that choice. And Mercury going there, it's saying very clearly you have to make choice. You can't have both. You can't say, oh, I like to have two girlfriends or two boyfriends. But that's Aquarius for you. And what I want to say for also the Aquarians, Jupiter and Mars going through your 11th house of gains, excellent time period. 12th house of money, which means you might have stored some resources. Second house is all about resources, which is Pisces for you. It's a watery sign. Okay, so that lord of that is going to the 11th house for you. So it's a brilliant time for you to make money, desires, or even those people who want to get married. I say this is the best time for you to get married or to settle down in life, because Jupiter, whenever it comes to the 11th house, it is very, very fortunate for you, because it's manifestation of your desires. Okay, Rahu in the fifth house, confusion sometimes with your relationship. That's why I said you do not know which relationship to choose from. Okay, but that can be tricky, because I think both your partners or those people that you're interested in, they will find out. If you have been doing something clandestinely in this month, people are definitely going to find out, because Mercury is retrograde, which is also the eighth house lord of scandals, is retrograde.
Yes.
So I think it's very high time that you come out clean on your relationships.
That's perfect. Also, Dr. Pai, since Rahu is in Ardra, then definitely tears will be flowing from if any matters of dating, romantic connection would be highly affected right now. Now, Dr. Pai, with their 12th house right now, with Saturn in their 12th house, how do you think it affects them? Because this is their natural ruler also. With regards to their travel, because Aquarians are known also to always be out there exploring.
Absolutely. For the travel, I also see a lot of expenditure coming with traveling, when they want to really go, and some unforeseen traveling. So whenever I see this combination, I would really say go for that travel insurance. Don't try to save a couple of, dollars just because you do not. So health insurance, travel insurance, and this might be the time even for you people to go in and get a life insurance, like a term life insurance for a long term. This is like safeguarding the interests of the near and dear ones from a long term perspective. So you might be paying less when you're younger, but as you get older, your premiums are going to get more. So when you start before you're 35, all of those people, sometimes you think you're going to live forever, but sometimes it's always good to go for these things, at least leaving something for your uh, dependence, when in case something happens to you. Don't worry, there's nothing going to happen.
There's nothing gonna happen, guys. So this
Just
future planning.
future planning. Yeah,
Yes.
that's definitely true.
Anything
And
significant, Dr. Pai? Go ahead.
one thing I want to say, Sal, with the Saturn in the 12th house, also sometimes it's good to let go of one thing that you really loved, but no, it's not good for your health. Like fasting, intermittent fasting, because Saturn is a lot of the first house going to the 12th house. So something you need to let go of from your life. So, there is a practice even in India that after a certain age, then you are advised by your ancestors or your elders to let go of one thing that you really love and one thing that you really hate. So what they say is, suppose you really like, pineapples.
I see.
I thought their spouse, Dr. Pai. They have to let go. You really like and you really hate. So now go ahead, Dr. Pai.
I'm talking about something. I'm not talking about something which is a physical entity which you need. It's not. You don't have a choice. It's not about the spouse or your partner in life. I'm saying something that you like. If let's say that you really, really love one thing. I'm not saying the most favorite, the second favorite or the third favorite thing. Let go of,
I see.
because now for the next 3 years, Saturn is going to be in 12th house. Maybe you can start again, but
Yes.
maybe if it was your second favorite was cheesecake, let's say, so why don't you let go of some cheesecake for at least some period of time,
I
because
see.
it gives you the ability to do something better in life.
I see. Especially because the. Go ahead, Dr. Pai. Because Saturn is aspecting their sixth house also right now.
That's right.
So any. Go ahead, Dr. Pai.
Saturn is aspecting their sixth house, and that's one of the reasons. And also, Saturn is also aspecting their ninth house. Okay.
Yes.
And Saturn is also aspecting their second house.
Mhm.
Remember, I said this very, very particularly only for this ascendant. I not said this for all ascendants. I said let go of something. Why? Because your second house is, currently being aspected by Saturn and Mars both together.
Mm.
Second house of Pisces.
Like this.
Because the fourth aspect of Mars, third aspect of Saturn is on the second house of Food.
Oh,
And
yes.
and that second house, Lord, is now in the 11th house, which is materialization of your desires. So even for a short duration, why don't you let go? Let me tell you, this happens usually for people around. I know of my friends who used to around Lent. Lent is during Easter.
Yes.
They say, "Oh, I really like drinking a lot of Coke. Diet Coke is my favorite, or Coke is my favorite." So letting go of Coke for some time might be helping you really, because you're just drinking a lot of sugar. But you say, "Oh, I can't live without Coke," then it might be something that you might want to. Or you can say, "I can't live without cheeseburger." So maybe for some time you might want to leave cheeseburger and try to adopt something else in life.
I see.
This has shown significant effect to me also, Dr. Pai, because like for any kind of food, like for example, sweets, normally dessert and stuff like that, I try to remove one out of all the favorites, and then it does show significant effect right away with health at the same time. Because it's like, of course, if you can have all the dessert, then you'll eat all the dessert. But remove your favorite, then you do not love dessert anymore. So, and it's really good, especially for health reasons. Now, last thing, Dr. Pai, with their 11th house earnings, dreams, and and their desire, it's very active right now, and it's gonna stay active because Jupiter is gonna be there for a long period, and K2 is still gonna be there for at least later part of this year. Anything significant with just Jupiter and K2?
I think there's something very significant that's going to happen in their social network, in their friend circle, also with their elder sibling, because 11th house is all about elder siblings. So just watch out. And also, let's say you've just started your Sade Sati, the 7.5 years. Capricorn, you are the first leg. So this is the time period. It's going to be very testing for those people who have their moon there. Moon in Capricorn, just watch out. It's just the beginning of. But you can't say it's going to be. I have seen people who really have started businesses, flourished during even during this 7.5 years. Get married and settle down very well. So it's different for everybody. Just don't, there's no fear mongering when it says it's 7.5 years, but you really need to take stock of the situation on a chart by chart basis.
Okay, understood. All right, so there you go for the Aquarius Moon and Ascendant. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you guys need to consult with Dr. Pai, everything is going to be in the description box below. And we do this every month, so make sure you hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys again. Bye.